Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at the Cardano price, also the Bitcoin price, and then we take a look at ADA BTC as well. We start with Bitcoin. This morning I showed you, well, this morning UK time, I showed you this channel within which we have been trading now, ascending channel. Now we're pretty much here at a decision point down here, because we're just touching the support and we've actually fallen below the support line and we are just probably just back in there. But if we drop again, below like 61k, we can expect further move down, maybe to that previous support here at 59.9k. However, what we need to see, if you compare the Bitcoin price currently to Ethereum, you will see that Bitcoin really has a lot of difficulty really to carry on to the upside. It's more of a sideways move. It's actually still a corrective pattern in some ways. It doesn't really look great. To be honest, it's just moving sideways, and therefore it's really hard to say what it's doing. It could, in my view, as I said before, we could still come into that 54 to 57k box. To do that, I think I could also potentially think about that scenario that we just take these retracement levels here, that we come back in a move up again up to maybe 65k, which is that 0.786 retracement level of this downward move. Could come up once more to that level and then go down into that target box. These are all possibilities. At the moment, what you definitely cannot see yet is an impulsive move to the upside, which is why it is looking okay at the moment. It's holding fairly stable, but that corrective move here isn't over yet. In my view, that looks still very corrective. Therefore, I think we could still come down once more into that box, which wouldn't be dramatic, because if you have checked the greed index, this still looks greedy. People, not extreme greed, but greed, the fear and greed index, and also we just have to cool down a little bit, I think, because otherwise it will be hard to reach the, I think it was 97k that Plan B pronounced or announced for November. And these high levels will be difficult to achieve, as high as we are on the RSI, for example. I mean, it's all possible. I'm not saying it's impossible that we go up from here, which is why I'm not selling anything. I'm not exiting any positions at the moment. Sometimes I take a bit of profit here and there, but I'm not really exiting any positions at the moment. What I do, I hold some money on the sideline. I think that is the only way how you can really prepare for that, because there are obviously two scenarios. One is really that we go up straight away, maybe to those 97k. In that case, I still have all my funds in not only in Bitcoin, in other cryptos as well, and can participate in the profit making. However, if we come down once more, I want to be prepared, first of all mentally, but also I just want to have some money at the sideline parked, that I can then really, I think when we go into that box here and I see a buy signal here, I'll go all in. Honestly, that is what I'll do. I think that could be the last major drop before new all-time highs. If we get down, which I think is not unlikely. I think we can really, with quite a high likelihood, come down once more into this box, because this for me is still a corrective move. Now let's take a look at ADA USD. ADA USD again here as well. I think we could come down once more into that box. I think the chart looks better and better. The reason for that is I showed you that triangle in the previous video, A, B, C, D, E. We came down. We then had, based on Elliott Wave method here, a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, where we really touched that target range. We did that before as well. And then a wave 4 again to the upside. But that basically, that downward move here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern to the downside, was basically invalidated, because this one here, this wave 4, should have had stayed below that low here. It basically came up too high, which basically invalidates this downward move to the downside, which makes it look much better. And generally, as I said, we could come down once more into that range, but for me, the sign that we really only touched this target range on the upper side, which was bullish in itself, because we didn't come down far enough. It was really bought up quickly as well, plus then that this downward move from the triangle was really sort of invalidated, yeah, and an imminent move down isn't really possible anymore, or it has become much more unlikely. That for me makes really makes it look quite positive, together with all the other things that I've shown you in previous videos, like for example that pullback to a 200-day moving average, which we've been talking about. So as you can see here, that 200-day moving average, the yellow line, we've pulled back to that level in July. Since after that we've moved up drastically, pull back down once more again to the 200-day moving average. Yeah, again here we have a little bit more potential to come down, but then again in my view we will shoot up, and this is looking so good, especially considering a price target of at least 450 up here in the wave 3 completion. And I think, you know, 450 is really the minimum. I think we could even see a 520, we could see a 650. This is all possible in my view in this alt season. And look at what we did last time. I mean, you had here in July you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars on the weekly MACD histogram, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm waiting for the 6th one. Maybe that will be the turnaround. It would be really, really comparable to that last pattern that we saw here back in July, completed. So it's looking really comparable. So yeah, it's looking good. This chart is looking good. Cardano in no way overheated as the other cryptos. There is so much scope to the upside, and people will see, in my view. I mean, this is just everything is telling me here, you know, everything also from a TAE point of view, that the turnaround has potentially started. Yeah, especially given, as I said, just the situation that we only briefly touched that target box here at the upside, and it was all brought up, plus then that this downward pattern here wasn't validated basically, and that could basically mean that this turnaround will be introduced earlier than yeah, basically expected, because originally I expected it to come down to that level here, which we haven't done, which we still could do, but I think it's becoming less likely now. So yeah, looking all good. And on the ADA/BTC chart we see something exciting as well. This ADA/BTC, we seem to, here on the weekly, we now see the first green candle actually. I mean, the weekly hasn't closed yet, but this could also start the potential turnaround. And again here we're currently finding support at the last low as well, in July, August, from which we really started to move up. So if you compare this, yeah, it could really mean that in the next week we go up from here. So I can't wait for that, and it's looking all really good. You know, I talked about here on ADA/BTC about the bullish divergence that we are seeing. We really seem to have found a low here, and again, not guaranteed, but it is looking like that. So I'm getting increasingly exciting, and you can't even imagine what will happen. You know, people will just go mad when Cardano finally starts to move. Honestly, people will go mad. The haters will go silent, and it will happen. You know, it's. And I'm not hyping Cardano here in any way. This is what the TAE is telling me, and I think it's a great project. You know, and because Cardano isn't moving at the moment, or hasn't moved in the last few weeks, I'm not a ADA maximalist. You know, I'm not telling you only to invest in ADA, even though ADA is still my biggest holding. And I'm not telling you anything, by the way. I'm not, you know, it's no financial advice anyway. But diversification is important as well, which is why I'm invested in Solana as well, and lots of other cryptos, as you know. But ADA is still here, and ADA is one of the most undervalued cryptos at the moment. So it's amazing. So can't wait. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.